And welcome back to the Dawn Show. My guest today is life coach Joe White, and his book is called Put Me In, Coach, I'm Ready to Live. So Joe is really teaching us all about surviving, and I think for parents or anybody in a relationship, whether you're a parent or caregiver or you have somebody in your life who feels isolated, maybe there are red flags that we can all look for and learn a whole lot from you. So Joe, take me through, you talked about growing up in Delaware County, Philadelphia suburbs, life is good. You're now becoming a biggity big model. You're going to New York City. You've got stars, in your sights there. What happens?
Well, I was destined to fail because I didn't feel good about myself, even through the whole process. And like I said, I moved up to New York. I got a job working at a nightclub called the Limelight on 20th and 6th Avenue. Well, very quickly I became friends with people maybe who I shouldn't have.
Now, this is while you're modeling as well?
Well, I moved up to model.
Okay.
Okay, the modeling came before I moved to New York, so I figured I would drop out of college, move to New York, pursue a career in modeling. It didn't get very far because I started drinking, started getting high, started partying, living that fast lifestyle. You can't get home at 5 o'clock in the morning and then begin to go and go-sees at 9 o'clock in the morning.
And do you think you were self-medicating? Is that part of it?
Oh, I was just
Was it the party thing, or was it?
It was everything.
Okay.
It was a way to numb the pain and put me in some state where I felt not that bad, and help diminish all these things I was feeling that was wrong about who I was and what I was.
So what happened then? How did you bottom out?
Well, before I began to get clean, it got a lot worse. I remember at one point I became friends with these Colombian drug smugglers, and I was literally partying at their house with my girlfriend, and one of them turned to my girlfriend at the time and said, "Joe's blue." I literally stopped breathing. He goes, "He's dying." So she goes, "What should I do?" She goes, "Well, he can't die here. You have to drag him out."
Oh, great.
I'll call 911, but he can't stay here. So literally, this girl drugged me out the hallway, down the elevator, out the front, into the sidewalk. He did call 911. Thank God for early responders. They were able to resuscitate me. I went to St. Vincent's Hospital. The next day I got out. First thing I did was get high again because I didn't want the drugs to beat me. So eventually I figured, I had to get away from New York. As all drug addicts think and alcoholics, it has to be my environment. It can't be me. So I moved back to Delaware County.
Now, are you with the same girlfriend who drug you down the stairs and drug you out?
Well, eventually that failed.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
Not a healthy relationship to begin with.
Yeah.
But she did save my life. So, so people come in your life for a reason, one way or the other.
And the Colombian drug dealer, thank God he recognized you were blue.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank God he wasn't colorblind.
Yeah.
So, so what they did was, I moved back to Delaware County. I eventually got a small apartment in Lansdowne, Pennsylvania, literally the corner of Bulmer Pike and Lansdowne Avenue. I was depressed. I was on antidepressants, seeing psychiatrists, psychologists. My life was awful, and for no reason, I was flipping through the channels at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I see an infomercial for these tapes that could change your life in 30 days. And I'm like, look at this idiot. How is this going to help me? It won't work. I tried everything. We make up stories to explain why we're not getting the results of our lives.
Right.
And I was about to change that channel. And then he said one thing that changed my life. Your past doesn't equal your future. It doesn't matter how many times you failed in the past or what happened yesterday, the day before, a month ago, or a year ago. Right now is a new moment. Right now you can make a new choice, a new decision, change everything. And I literally watched that same infomercial for 2 more nights. So I watched it for 3 consecutive nights before I said one question to myself: what if it worked? And that led me to buying those tapes, which in turn led me to change my life, to get off of drugs, and eventually start really dealing with the root issues. The drugs were just the symptoms. The drugs are never the issue.
Right.
It's always what drives that.
Well, and that's what I think sometimes people self-medicate, whether their doctor's writing them prescription or whether they're doing something illegal. There are a lot of people out there in pain and they self-medicate. So part of it is they have to recognize, I need help, and this is not the path for me.
No, and very often what happens, people they don't change what drives it. They'll just find a new substitution. They'll just switch out. Back in the day, they don't use this term so much, but it was like a dry drunk, someone who quits drinking but never kind of grows as a human being. So you have to get off the drugs and alcohol because it's mind and mood altering. It just creates junko logic in your head. but you have to really address those core issues that fuels it. If not, you'll turn to food, you'll turn to gambling, you'll turn to something to change the way you feel.
Now, at what point when you've moved home, are you telling your parents, your sister, any family, are you telling them what's going on in your life?
Yeah, once I decided to get clean, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did they help you with that or empower you, or what
They
was
were
that
great
like?
about that. They were so supportive. And again, I have a great relationship, always had a great relationship with my mom and dad. Even during the difficult times when I was kind of lost in my own head, they were still always there for me.
Right, all right.
Yeah.
Well, more with Joe White, and we're gonna walk on, you hear this, Annie Lennox, walking on broken glass. We're gonna walk on some broken glass and ask him why glass and fire are part of this therapy in life coaching. The Dawn Show continues right after this.